So we picked up some new seats for the car. They're actually E36 coupe seats because it's so hard to find E46 Sport in tan and manually adjusting, and I don't want to mess with the power wiring to make them power adjustable. So found a pretty good set of E36 coupe seats. No rips, nothing like that. So lucked out on them. Tan. The back of them are a little bit dirty and just, you know, could be a little bit better, but honestly for the price I paid, kind of hard to beat. So, show you them real quick. So we got just the fronts. Honestly, they're pretty good. No big rips or anything. They're not sport seats, so that's the only bad thing, but can't really complain. And like I said, the only bad thing is the backs, you know, it's a little bit dirty. That part of the driver's side is missing, which don't really matter to me. And same thing on the other one, just overall just a little dirty on the back, but it'll be a big improvement over what we have right now. I'll go show you those. Before I put them in, I'm just gonna hit them with just a quick Meguiar's interior detailer wipes, and hopefully that'll get some of that stuff off the back. Clean them off a bit with Meguiar's wipes. The stuff on the back is pretty hard to get off. I'd have to hit it with some a little bit more aggressive cleaning solution, but for right now it's fine. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I can get it later. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna end up replacing them with bucket seats in the next few years, so it don't matter to me. But I'm pretty happy with them. They look good. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the car around and then start taking the old ones out and throw these ones in. E46 seats when we pull it out. See how gross the driver's is. I do really like this one. That's all ripped, that's ripped. Just a lot of wear and tear on these ones. Honestly, the passenger side isn't too bad though, but I'd kind of rather just keep it as a pair. But we'll see, maybe I'll just change the driver's side out. And looks like we might be getting some rain, so hopefully I can get this done relatively quickly. I've taken the seats out a few times. It's just a 16. The nuts, the nuts in the front, and then the bolts in the back, just 1, 2, and 1, 2. And really all you got to do is move the seat all the way back to get to the fronts. That's how I'm going to do it, and then move the seat fully forward again to get to the backs. And that's pretty much it. And then just one connector on the bottom, should like a little clip, pops off, and then separates, and pretty simple. So we just gotta pull the connector off. Pretty simple. It's just wired in right here. That goes down to the car and clips in right here onto the bottom side of there. All you gotta do, there's a little lid. Hold on. There's a little lid at the top right here. Right in there. You just pry that up. Kind of see it's already coming right up like that. So that just kind of slides that way once you pull it out. And then once that's disengaged, this piece, you can just pull out like that. Then you got them separated and you're good to take the seat out. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this out, and then hopefully the new ones bolt right in, but you know, we'll see. First one out, driver's side. Put the work in there. Probably should give it a clean, but just for the time, we're gonna just throw the other one in and see if it fits, because it's getting pretty late already, and I just kind of want to get some of this done before it gets dark. So let's throw this new one in. Alright, got that one put in there. So far it's actually lining up pretty good. The fronts look good. As you can see right there. Got that one fitted in, and same on that side. So go ahead and bolt those down and then move the seat up and see about the back. So it did end up raining, unfortunately. So I'm not going to finish this today, but we did make some progress. The front, I got the front two nuts bolted on. At least holding the seat down. It looks so good. It looks really good in there. Sat in it, super comfortable. Honestly, I think I can sit lower than with the E46 sport seats, E46 sport seats. So I'm pretty happy. We did run into one issue. I'll show you. I'm gonna have to clearance out some of the holes, but that'll be a job for another day. So we got the front end, like I said, and then if you take a look at the back, you can see they're not perfectly lining up. It's kind of sitting at an angle like that on both of these, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to drill out these holes. I'll probably just do the fronts because they're a little bit thinner, but yeah, I'll have to do that another time. But they look honestly super good compared to how it used to look. That really helps the interior out. So I can't complain at all. I'm gonna miss the extra bolstering, but these are in so much better condition already. I can tell that I sit a little bit lower. So I'm really happy I found these on Marketplace last night and made a real quick decision. You know how it is. That's how the weekend normally goes. You know. Trying to save money, and then you go on Facebook Marketplace, and one post leads to another post, and then you're sitting there for 2 hours, and voila, you end up finding some E36 coupe manual seats. So yeah, but we'll come back probably tomorrow or the next few days, finish this up, drill those holes out, and then we'll be good to go. So so it's a few days after the last clip. It was raining real bad, and it was just kind of shitty weather all week. But yesterday I did the passenger seat, got that fabbed up off camera just to kind of work through some of the kinks and get a better idea of how to do the driver's seat. But pretty much the E36 rails are spaced widthwise pretty much correctly, but they're not long enough in the back. So you have to widen either the front or the back holes out to reach the back bolt holes in the E46s. So what I'm gonna do is cut a little bit out on both the front to give it some back, and then a little bit off-centered to the right, so that the whole seat will scoot to the left a little bit more, if that makes sense. Because when I was doing the passenger seat, so the rails fit the holes correctly, it just needs a little more back, but the way the rails are set up on the seat from the E36 to the E46s, the seat is a little offset closer inside of the car. So like the passenger one right now, there's a little bit more of a gap to the door, which is fine for the passenger, but when I had this one in mocked up on the driver's side, you can kind of feel that the steering wheel isn't completely centered. You're kind of sitting a little over to the right of it. So I'm going to try and Dremel the holes out offset so that the whole thing can come over maybe an inch or so off to the left, and see if that'll help line up. But other than that, it's really not a hard thing to do at all. It took me a while yesterday to get the passenger one in, just because I was trying to go a little slower and take off as little material as I could. But today I think I'm just gonna send it and cut a little more off, and hopefully it'll go faster and I won't fuck anything up. But that's the plan for today. So from what I found yesterday, basically what needs to happen is, this is the front and I need a little more length overall to fit the bolts in the back. So I'm gonna widen this part out, bring the hole a little more up, and then since I need the whole chair to move over that way inside the car, I'm gonna bring it up and then a little over to this side so that the whole thing will have room to shift back and kind of diagonal, you know? So basically the feet are a little different. It has like this weird little like platform kind of thing with another piece in the middle, whereas just the E46 seats, there's nothing like that. It's just a mounting hole right there, and then it's flat for the rest. So what we're gonna do is come on this bottom side and cut with a cutting blade from here in on the bottom, and then just widen out the hole on top so that there's less material to grind. But you'll see when we start to do it. cut off that first piece of the bracket, which is down there at the bottom. Kind of cut that out just so that when I go to grind it, I don't have to grind through all this thickness. All I have to grind is through the bottom right there and through this section right here to widen the hole out, while, you know, still trying to keep as much rigidity right here as possible. And then same thing on this side. So now we're just gonna get the Dremel out and start dremeling this bit, so the hole will widen out over to this corner a little bit more. But yeah. Trip to Home Depot, so I'll be back. Come back with the goods, so we can get back to it now. I just ran out of cutting wheels, and then obviously you saw the grinder snap off, but we're good to go. You can see with one of the fronts, I got a little too greedy with the cutting and ended up cutting a whole hole through that corner. It's fine, this is tight enough that the stud can't get past it, but I'll probably get a buddy with a welder just to weld a little something in that gap just to keep it a little more secure, give it a little more structure, and help me with the state of mind of it. But you know, you make mistakes, it happens, it's all right. So we're gonna keep pressing. The front are pretty good for now. We're gonna start working on the back, and then hopefully that'll finish it up.